So this week on ESPN First Take, there was an episode where they were talking about why Caitlin Clark wasn't selected on Team USA. And Andrea Carter admitted that one of the reasons was politics. And Stephen A. Smith asked, okay, so that was the main reason why she didn't get selected. And he brought up his old point about how he was pushing for Caitlin Clark to be on the USA team because of marketability. And part of that I do agree with, because if you think about it, when you look at a guy like LeBron, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade. What happened after the rookie season? They were playing on the Olympic team in 2004. You look at a guy like Anthony Edwards. He's playing right now for the USA men's team. You look at a guy like Jason Tatum, a Tyrese Halliburton. Why is the USA team putting these guys on the roster? Because they want to market them. See, the NBA understands the importance of marketing your players. The WNBA, good luck with that. They just seem to fail at that over and over again. Like she admitted, Carter said that Candace Parker didn't make it one time. And that's the problem with the WNBA. They don't know how to market their players. And if they keep this up with Caitlin Clark, then your league isn't going to grow enough. You know, obviously you got that contract, which is great. We still got people complaining like Cheryl Miller. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, you got a deal, build from it and keep growing your league and growing your audience. Rome was not built in a day. But with that being said, Stephen A. Smith got a lot of pushback for his statements. I think he also should have given some basketball reasons, because at that point, Caitlin Clark was starting to get in a groove and find her rhythm. So you could have also brought that point up about how she's a great point guard, how she is probably a top 5 point guard right now. And there's no argument with all the records she's breaking. But again, to talk about politics is just ridiculous and disgusting, because it should be about basketball. I understand you want to represent your country. I get all that. But you also should market your product appropriately as well. When you look at the NBA and what they do with new players and young superstars, they get a chance to try out for Team USA. Not all of them make it, but they get a shot. So you got to learn from the NBA. If you want to grow your league and have us caring, make sure you have these women playing for the Olympics. I said it over and over again. The WNBA is off for a whole month. And what's going to happen after a month? People are going to stop caring. And the reason why they might stop caring is because we've got the NFL right around the corner. We've got college football. Then we got training camp with the NBA. You're competing with all those sports. So in this moment of time, why not have an Angel Reese on your team? Why not have a Caitlin Clark on your team? Just to get us caring and watching the women's team. Because we're going to be paying attention to the men's. We're going to be paying attention to swimming, track and field, all these other sports in the Olympics. So get us caring about your basketball team. But if you don't have these stars on your roster, we're not going to care that much. That's just a reality. And this is another example of why I think the WNBA need to do a better job of marketing their star powers. Right now, the faces of this league is going to be Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark is carrying a lot of that with the fan base coming out to see her. But you got to learn the importance of getting us to care about these players. But now a whole month is going to go by, and there's going to be no basketball for Caitlin Clark, no basketball for Angel Reese. And you're going to try to get us to care about players we haven't watched before or have paid much attention to. Yeah, good luck with that. Now I'm going to play the clip of what Andrea Carter had to say to Stephen A. Smith, and we'll jump right back into this.
Arike's spot on. I truly think that there are always politics involved when you're putting together a team, whether that works in some players' favor or it works against some players. Sometimes it comes down to fit, whether that is based on your personality, whether that's based on if they think the coach is going to get along with you, whatever they're basing this on. Sometimes it doesn't come down to who are the best X's and O basketball players out there on the court. Team chemistry gets involved, so politics get involved. But we see this in every sport. I've talked to some of my friends in the NBA. I've talked to some of my friends in the NFL, and they talk about politics within their organization. There are politics in every organization. It's unfortunate for Arike, but Arike is not the first player that has felt like she's been left off of Team USA. Becky Hammon in 2008. Mind you, Becky Hammon was second in MVP voting in 2007. Becky Hammon wasn't on that 2008 team. Candace Parker has been left off of teams. Nneka Ogwumike has been left off of teams. These are incredibly talented, legendary players that have been left off of Team USA. So sometimes politics comes into play. I think Arike understands that, and that's why she withdrew her name.
I just want to make sure I'm clear, Andrea Carter. It's good to see you, by the way. Thank you. When we talk about politics, right? What we're basically saying are things that are not related to basketball itself, other ancillary things on the outside that contribute to formulating a roster. Are you saying here over the national airwaves that that actually happens, that happens all the time?
It does. Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes it works in players' favors. Sometimes it doesn't. That's what
I
I'm
heard
saying.
you. I heard you. I heard you. I'm going someplace. So why was it a problem when I pointed out
Don't
how
do this.
Caitlin
We're
Clark
still on vacation.
should have been on Team USA because I was saying it ain't about basketball. It's about marketing. It's about politics. I'm saying, whoa. I'm saying, no. I'm not saying you're refuting anything like that. I'm simply making the point that there was a tsunami of stuff coming my way. Why? Because I had the unmitigated goal to point out. Excuse me?
You deserved it all.
Molly, can I speak to Andrea?
Yeah.
Can I speak to Andrea right now? Don't interrupt the flow. Don't interrupt the flow.
Sorry.
Andrea, what I'm saying is, I was talking to y'all, and I said, we know that the players that are on the team deserve to be on the team. But when we talk about popularity, when we talk about marketing, when we talk about the politics of the business of basketball, this is why you get somebody like Caitlin Clark and you make her a representative of Team USA. I'm not even saying that you're conceding my point is right about Caitlin Clark. I'm making the point. That's what I was saying. It wasn't a basketball argument. It was saying this happens all the time. So why was everybody, about to lose it and fall off their rocker? Because I basically said what you just acknowledged over national television.
And the other issue I have with the roster selection of Team USA is you don't have enough point guards out there. You could have selected a Natasha Cloud. You could have selected a Skylar Diggins-Smith. You could have had Caitlin Clark this whole time. While Chelsea Gray is trying to get healthy, you need some depth at the point guard position. But what could potentially happen here? Well, if you don't have enough playmaking out there, and this reminds me of the Phoenix Suns, where they had no point guard this year, they got swept in the first round because a lot of it was pick and roll offense and isolation basketball. But they couldn't run any sets because they didn't have a point guard to orchestrate that offense and organize things out there. Well, let's just say Chelsea Gray goes through some problems with her foot. Let's just say her foot caused her issues in the Olympics. Well, now they're cooked because now you have to rely on shooting guards to play out of position, and they might be uncomfortable with that idea. I know Alyssa Thomas is more like a point forward, but again, she should be focusing on getting paint touches, rebounding, doing other things to provide value and also rim protection. But if you're asking her to also be a point guard, now it just messes up things with your rim protection and getting touches in the paint. So I don't understand the roster construction. I don't like the process of how everything worked out, especially when you saw how Caitlin was playing. And what if Chelsea Gray wasn't able to go? And what if she's not 100%? That's going to be an issue. It's clear as day that Cheryl Reeve has an agenda against Caitlin Clark and the rest of the committee who is selecting these players. It will look really bad if they end up losing the Olympics because they're going to get cooked if they end up flopping. But again, it's just another reason why you have to learn the importance of marketing your star players. You have to make sure that they get plenty of attention, plenty of love, especially in a league where they're projected to lose $50 million this year. You haven't made a profit, and you want to build a successful business, and you rely on the NBA to be subsidized. So if you want to get away from that, make sure you have these players playing. It's so dumb to me because Caitlin Clark sold out Wilson basketballs. She sold out in her jerseys for All-Star Weekend. Imagine if she had a USA jersey. You're selling that out. Angel Reese jerseys, you're selling those as well. Not sure if you sell them out, but people are going to buy them, but you don't want to do that. Imagine if her teammate Aaliyah Boston was on the team. You're probably selling her jerseys as well. It just baffles me how the WNBA doesn't understand this concept yet. And then you have players and coaches complaining about how their recent TV deal wasn't enough. You can't have it both ways. If you want to grow this league, stop complaining about your product. You have players right now who can help you elevate this game. I don't know why Angel Reese isn't there. I don't know why Caitlin Clark isn't there. Even Enrique, I think she should have been on the team because she's the type of player who can go off at any moment to just give you a spark. And you need that on the Team USA. Or if you're struggling, you can bring in Enrique to cook for like 10 or 15 points in a matter of like 3 minutes. That's important. But again, Cheryl Reeve and her agenda, it just doesn't make sense. It's disgusting to me. And I just think having politics be the reason, one of the reasons, of course, Carter had said that, of why Caitlin Clark didn't get selected is just ridiculous. It's annoying. And if you try this in 4 years with Clark, you're going to get a lot of backlash. You're going to get scrutinized like never before. And it's going to look even stupider. Hopefully the WNBA learns from this experience and finally understands you've got a product here and you need to take full advantage of what's going on. You need Caitlin Clark at every event. You need Angel Reese there participating as well. You also need to include Aaliyah Boston and all the other rookies coming up. Because if you do the same thing with the new rookies coming in next year, where they have star potential, they're getting a lot of attention, and you just push them to the side, you're jealous of their attention, their success, that's going to be a problem. You don't want to act that way. You want to push these faces so you can grow your league. It's really that simple. Don't play politics. Look at basketball. Why should I have Caitlin Clark on my team? Well, hello. Look what she did in the All-Star game. She can facilitate the ball, put her players in position to score, and be successful. If Caitlin Clark was out there against Germany, she's probably getting like 20, 25 assists, and the game would probably have been over by the second quarter. But because you have a Chelsea Gray who's not as fast right now, who looks slow and doesn't look fully healthy, their offense might go through slumps and might struggle out there. So I don't like what they've done with this situation. It could have been handled a lot better, even if you had another like backup point guard outside of Caitlin Clark. Okay, cool. I'm not going to argue with you because that makes basketball sense, whether it's Caitlin or somebody else. But the fact you don't have a backup point guard and your offense looks sluggish against Germany, hopefully that trend changes, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, especially when you don't have enough playmaking out there. It might get really nasty for them. So we'll see what happens with the Olympics. It's going to be very interesting to see if they get any views or people caring about the women's team, especially if you don't have Clark or Reese out there. But again, it's just another flop by the WNBA, just playing too many games and being jealous of people's success. I just don't like it at all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what Carter had to say about why Caitlin Clark didn't make the team because of politics. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.